a small town with a curious number of murders. And now, Safi, Llewellyn Fayed, murdered in a small town? What are the odds? What do you think, Miss Caulfield? Are you the one who's unlucky, or is it just everyone who ever meets you?
Hello, everyone. I'm Daniel Bloodworth, joined by Michael Huber.
Yo.
And Elyse Willems.
Hey, Blood.
We're back for Chapter 3 of Life is Strange, Double Exposure. We're getting to the thick of it. We got some crazy stuff happening in this. So if you have not caught up on Chapter 3, if you have not caught up on our spoiler discussions for Chapters 1 and 2, get out of here, go catch up.
Check them out.
Go on, get.
Because the spoilers are about to begin right now.
Spoiler mode, final warning, spoiler mode, activated.
Okay, Chapter 3, we're getting into it.
We are.
We found end of Chapter 2 with that photo of Max with a gun.
So intense.
Pointed at the lens.
Yeah.
And Moses freaked out.
Yep.
Thankfully, Moses didn't stay too freaked out for too long. But
Yeah. Moses comes around.
Yeah. Max is now maybe suspect number 1 in the killing of Safi.
Yeah.
yeah.
And
For herself. Max now has the suspectors.
Yeah.
And what does she immediately think? Oh, let's rewind. I love that.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah. And she's clearly tormented by it because she fell asleep at her desk.
Yeah.
She's hunched over all her investigation materials
Right.
at the start of Chapter 3, which Chapter 3 is called Spin. And
Spinning out.
my head was spinning.
Yeah. Yeah. Spinning out.
Yeah. This gets into, gets the ball really rolling on the crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Because we get, as you mentioned, Max can actually still rewind, which we were speculating about before. But
That was cool too. That was a nice touch. The photo, and you have to like the old game. You kind of
Yeah.
get it in focus or whatever. That was cool.
and then we get to some stuff later in there.
Yeah, but I did like that we're like a hardened gumshoe going over all our stuff, and then but when we get a knock at the door,
Before that, it is so cool that Max is a veteran at this point. So I always love the perspective of when crazy things go down and you're trying to figure it out, versus if it had if something like this had never happened to her, it just is a totally different vibe than her being more grounded, more rational about such an irrational thing.
she's lived it.
Yeah.
before.
Exactly. So I like that.
While you're going through the evidence, if you got the USB drive,
Yeah.
you get a chance to watch that.
Yeah.
And so
Which I did not.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. She looks at that footage of Gwen
Yeah.
Selling
selling
drugs to the kids.
and she's like, it's really weird because she's looking straight at
Yeah.
the
It's
camera.
kind of unnerving.
She knows that the camera is there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Yeah. It was unnerving. It's this is some Japanese horror movie or something, some
Gosh.
Ring vibes.
So that's a situation where you two made a choice
Mm-hmm.
to not side with Gwen and to get that USB drive, and you got a little bit of insight into the actual case that I just did not have.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I'm sure you were on better terms with Gwen.
And we'll get there, but it has some
Everybody hates me.
some trails that follow that as well. That you get to follow up on, which is nice. And then she's also she's having that question immediately. Is did I go back in time? And so she's trying to figure that out.
Yeah. Because what other explanation could there be at that point?
Yeah.
She definitely thinks it's her future self doing that.
Yeah. But then she's walking around with the photo.
I know.
And then knock.
Rookie move. A rookie move, Max.
She just opens the door,
are you
lets the guy
doing?
in. He's
It's the knock
He
on the
kind of
door.
barges in.
It's our worst enemy, Detective Alderman.
You got a warrant, Alderman. What the hell?
Yeah.
But it's too late. She doesn't even try to ask that until he's already inside.
He just busted in.
And were you more cordial with him when he asked you for information? I said, what do you want to know? I didn't just tell him to get out immediately.
Same.
Yeah.
I should have told him to get his ass out of my house.
Well, yeah, at that point, like, since I had already let him in, and it was weird to, like, push him out. But then I did start pushing back on like, some of his questions.
Yeah.
Because he started doing a little bit of digging into our past. and
Yeah,
he-
he's asking about Arcadia Bay, and you're like, so what?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's superstitious that a whole town was wiped out by a freak storm, but we came out unscathed.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
In
yeah,
my- in my
since- Yeah,
storyline.
so, like,
Yeah.
on ours, it's like, it's like, people are dying wherever you go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You're the common denominator.
Yeah,
you know,
he calls
so-
her unlucky, or he
Yeah.
calls her. Yeah, she's the.
At this point, I thought he either had powers or my mind was going so crazy. I thought he was part of some like group that knew about people with powers. So I was like, yo, is Alderman going to be some like power hunting maniac just trying to like,
Yeah.
take everyone out with powers but
Well,
things go down.
And with that, he's very clear. Like, he saw what happened with the telescope.
Yeah.
And he is straight up freaked out.
He's coming in hot. Yeah. He says, "What the fuck happened to the telescope, Maxine?" And he calls us Maxine.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, okay, dad.
Yeah. And then he says, "Somehow all this death leads to you."
Yeah.
He's just coming in swinging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Classic cop trope of just like pinning it on whoever's closest. It's just like, it's
Yeah.
you.
But he also observed this pseudo supernatural thing that he can't explain. The telescope disappearing and reforming.
Yeah.
So he's like super paranoid now and
And he
not
knows
sure.
something is up.
Yeah.
Like whether Max was directly involved or not, he's got that hunch where it's like he knows
Yeah.
that she knows.
Like, I saw Moses. I
Yeah.
didn't see you. So where were you?
Yeah.
Because she was back right after that. So anyway,
the scene was made me so nervous.
it was very nerve-wracking.
This was a nerve-wracking scene for sure.
Yeah.
It
one
was
of the most
pretty. It was
memorable.
pretty clear he saw that photo too.
Yeah. And
Yes.
she even says, she's like, oh my God, he saw it. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Way to go, Max.
But then she tries to rewind,
yeah.
and she succeeds.
Dude, so epic.
And there's a freaking storm out there.
Yeah.
Just like the one from Arcadia Bay.
Yeah. And she's got the gun pointed at Safi in this scenario, and Safi says, "Pull the trigger."
What did you think of the storm there? Because we've seen this before. So is this because Max is messing with things? Is this like so part of me was like, okay, is this like kind of a hallucination, metaphorical storm? Like, what is going on with this storm? Why is this storm here?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I had a, like,
Even
that's
an
all. That's
inkling
all the
about it.
question. It's like, like at this point, it's just like clearly something had gone wrong. But going back to that moment, she still doesn't understand why she has a gun or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah. I guess like originally when I would think about the storm, I would think of it in terms of we've messed with time in a way that we've created this like beast
Yeah.
yeah.
that's manifesting in this way.
Yeah, a beast for sure.
But this Max, it's all just like she's hallucinating, or she is unconscious. She was knocked out, right? Because she wakes up on the kitchen floor with a nosebleed, or
I don't think she's hallucinating at all. I think she really went back, and
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
why she has
okay,
the
okay.
nosebleed.
Yes, yeah,
But
yeah.
because she's out of practice with her powers, it's like she kind of just
Didn't take.
Yeah, she got
Yeah.
sent back or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. Because she wakes up on the kitchen floor with a nosebleed, and then she's like, "Moses was right. I have to tell him
Yeah.
everything." And Moses knows that something's.
Always tell Moses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Live your life. Always tell Moses.
Yeah. And so she asks Moses to meet her at the Overlook.
Yeah. Did you see the crazy stuff on the way up there? I don't even know if that was ever truly explained.
What did you see?
There was like a tree that had like mugs
Yes.
embedded in the bark.
And there was
like the bear mug.
And one of the lamps from the dead world was there. Something. It was like the light was like
The light was like a purple color or
Yeah,
something.
it was like realities were fusing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't
there's-
pick up on that. That's
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
some weird stuff going on
Yeah.
walking up that hill.
Yeah. And if you examine it, she's like, uh-oh. Like, what is going on here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did wait on the bench for him.
I missed
guess-
so many meditation spots in this entire.
I got better as the
Oh
game
my
went on.
God.
There were still a couple that I ended up missing. Yeah.
And I make sure to go through every environment, every space, multiple times.
Yeah.
And I miss so many.
Yeah, it's like, what is, it's the total video game thing of like, what is it telling me to do? Okay, do everything else first.
Exactly.
Walk this whole room.
Walk it twice. And it's like, oh, I still miss so many things. I wonder if they play test. I was actually thinking about that exact same thing about just the play testing and everything.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, oh, well, gamer habits, right? They totally expect you to go into the space, do exactly that. What do you need to do? Okay, I'm going to do everything else first. I'm going to comb the perimeter of it. And it's like, I bet they see where people look the least.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, okay, we're gonna stash something right there.
But yeah, then you start telling Moses about
Got to.
everything, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. That when it comes to shooting Safi, like you haven't done it yet, you think it's a future version of yourself.
Right. Yeah. And so then you can kind of start to work out like, why you might have done it and what you can do to stop it. But then we get into like
And I love his scientific perspective of it all. It's amazing. He like nerds out.
I
It's
love
so
when you
cool.
get to this cute thing of like, okay, well, prove it. Let's have a test.
Yeah. I appreciate that Moses understands quantum mechanics and he's into it. So he's not just immediately dismissive of her saying, no, that's insane. I don't believe you.
Yeah.
He's like, well, that is fundamentally impossible, but I'm interested. So let's go down this road for a minute. Yeah.
But then at the same time, like, when it actually happens, he's so freaked out that he forgets to do anything. You have to go back.
You just disappeared.
Like, you just disappeared.
I did like doing the little test with him with using our, I forget what the powers.
pulse thing
pulse,
or whatever.
Yeah.
Which he asks us to repeat. He's going to be in the one world, and then we have to go into the other world, or we have to use Pulse to try to listen to what he says and does in the other world. And he does kind of like the superhero pose, and then he says "Machine Angel Psychic Storm." Is that it?
Yes.
I think that's the one, yeah.
Yeah.
You had to get it right.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I got that
Sure
right.
did, yeah.
Thank God. I don't want to let Moses down.
And then I did like how he like. He believes you. After that, he's like, okay, how would you have heard that?
Exactly.
I believe you. And he also watches her disappear from the fabric of the universe.
Yeah.
So
Somehow the only person that's ever seen that, even
Yeah.
though
I know.
basically you're just like turning a corner.
yeah.
I know.
And I really like
Right in the quad, you're just like burp.
Yeah. He gives her the bottle cap to give to Living World Safi. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Really nice touch. Yeah.
We never really got any kind of explanation on the flower thing, though. Isn't that crazy, right? Like,
We'll get into that. There's a lot
There's
of
some loose ends.
Loose
Yeah.
ends for sure.
Yeah.
And speaking of, then we start seeing like a ghost of Alderman. But it's
Yeah,
not
dude.
even
This
like,
is my
it's not
favorite.
alternate timeline ghost. It's like the day before ghost
This is my favorite
going
shit.
over the case.
Yeah. Unhinged Alderman. I think he came up like gun drawn.
Oh, he was guns blazing.
Oh, and then when the real Alderman comes up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Out of
Yes,
control.
yeah, rookie mistake.
Yeah.
Returning to the scene of the crime.
Dude, Alderman, what is your deal?
Yeah, and then like a ghost alderman and other aldermen like touch each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it starts to
Time cop, dude. Two matters cannot occupy the same space.
Creates
That's
a
what I thought.
singularity or what something.
yeah, and so it starts to like cause this rip in the fabric of the universe again, and like their alderman sounds like he's like event horizoning here, and I'm like, what the hell is happening? And he's grabs your arm, he grabs Max's arm, and he's like begging for help. And this is where you have to decide, like, are you going to help Alderman?
Yeah.
Are you not going to help him? What did you guys do?
I tried to help him.
I tried to help him.
I tried to help him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a psycho cop that's like coming in guns blazing, but like,
Yeah.
Max is at least my version of Max is not a murderer, and she wants to help.
She's empathetic.
And so much empathy, exactly. So it's like, person that you maybe are disagreeing with, you save them and then argue about things later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so Moses steps in though, and he kind of like separates you because it seems like you might, be hurt by
Yeah.
this happening.
Yeah.
And the one thing that we haven't really mentioned is like the through current of Maya Okada,
Yeah.
which is a student who was a
Yes.
friend of
Yeah.
Safi's.
Yeah, we get into that a lot more.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Who took her own life,
Mm-hmm,
and Moses. It seems like there's something with Maya Okada that might be the key. Moses thinks that Max maybe should like talk to Gwen because she, might know something about Maya.
Yeah.
At least in my game, that was kind of like the advice
Totally,
that Moses
yeah.
gave me.
And yeah, we briefly mentioned Maya in the last episodes, just in relation to Rachel Amber. And I
Yeah.
just love that kind of storytelling when a character off screen has such a looming presence, and Maya's presence looms large for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely a critical piece of this puzzle.
But Alderman disappears.
Alderman.
And Alderman might be
Alderman.
the biggest loose end because
I know.
like, when they start trying to follow up and find out more about him, it's like there's no record of this
Yeah.
guy at the police
Yeah.
station. The only other alderman
Yeah.
is like, some old woman from
Yeah.
like decades ago. And it's like,
That's a little bit of a future spoiler, but
yeah, I don't know how much further it was
Yeah, I
before we
don't
got to
remember,
that
but-
information. But it's just wild because it's like, okay, well, so what does that imply? Does that imply that he crossed over from the the Polaroid timeline, or somewhere else, or did the singularity just like evaporate him from existence?
Yeah.
Like, was he a real detective until that moment?
Yeah.
And then now he's just gone from all time.
This moment was, to me, the peak of the mystery. This moment. This is when everything, all the possibilities were so wild. I had no idea where the story was going to go. There was just, the stakes were high at this point. Like, I thought this was definitely one of the highest points of the entire game, for
And
sure.
you really feel like, this is going to be an ongoing dynamic where
Yeah.
Alderman's constantly on their heels and infiltrate, and then
Yeah.
that's not.
And then it's just,
where it
boom,
goes.
Alderman.
He's gone.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of wrestling with the chicken and the egg when it comes to how the worlds are being affected by what's being manipulated, because it seems like all these things are happening because Max is messing with time and these timelines, but then she herself says this line, these two worlds exist because of a decision I'm going to have to make.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
what is this happening? Like, it's
Yes,
just,
totally.
I'm never good at wrapping my head around time travel
Yep,
and
yep.
the different versions thereof, but
Yep.
yeah, and
Infinite multiverse.
he's currently out of the picture, and then it seems like Maya Okada is the key, and figuring out what happened to her compelled her to
Yeah.
take the action she did.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you go back to Fine Arts Building to snoop around there.
Yeah.
Ran into Loretta.
Yep.
Did you guys ask Loretta about the wrong Reggie?
Yes.
Did you-
I did.
Yes.
I absolutely did.
100%. 100%.
Or wait, let me see.
It was like there's one of those moments where like I think this is wrong,
Yeah.
but I
Yeah.
still sort of went with it. Like
Yeah.
I should have trusted my gut a little bit
Tough. It's tough to keep it all straight for sure.
more. Yeah.
Also, shout out to that song in that Fine Arts Building
Oh.
that is nowhere on the internet. I want it.
Oh no, maybe
Yeah.
search for the Life is Strange
There's a few-
soundtrack.
there's
I found
few
the
that
name of
play
it.
in there, so-
I actually checked the credits. It's called What a Feeling.
Nice.
It was a good song.
I talked to Gwen shortly after I got to the fab.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm just about to Gwen. I did peek into the office of the teacher that Safi works for, and that was interesting because it was like he had a grudge or something against one of the students. So in the world where Safi was dead, the student had a lower grade than the one where Safi was grading the papers.
Yeah. I changed the grade.
Oh yeah, did you?
Yeah.
Nice. But yeah, that was just again like the tiny little knock-on effects. But yeah, so what happened with Gwen?
When I spoke with Gwen, I told her that I knew about Safi's book deal being quashed by her.
Yep, Sam.
And Gwen told me that she thought the book was good, which was confusing to me because I'm
Yeah.
like, well, then why did you suppress it? And she told me that she told me that she told the publisher that there was incendiary content in the book.
Right.
Yeah. So I was like, the hell does that mean?
And I think she like didn't want to talk about Maya Okada
Yeah.
to me. But you know, Gwen's whole perspective was that if this book got published, it was going to create a lot of drama between Safi and Yasmin, her mother.
Mm-hmm.
So she claimed that she made the call and didn't know if it was the right one.
Yeah.
But it still seems like there's something a little bit fishy.
Yeah, it was
That whole
fishy, and it was like not really her place to do that.
Yeah.
I don't know. It definitely rubbed me the wrong way.
Yeah. Did you guys get anything else from that conversation?
I mean,
with-
she did tell me at that point that Maya had taken her own life, and that the book was essentially kind of about that, about all the, the painful events and stuff there.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, there was this moment like after the conversation, and like Max is like, "How do I get a copy?" And then, beep, and the portal sound like immediately coming into the audio.
Freaking portal sounds, dude. Oh my god.
Like,
they
I
drove
wonder
me
how.
nuts.
I wonder how we'll go get the copy of that manuscript there.
They seriously drove me nuts.
a little on the nose. I don't know who you all ran into next, but I talked to Yasmin.
Yeah.
Oh. Interesting. Yeah, I think so.
Sitting-
I got
sitting in the coffee shop, right?
I
Yep.
did before that get the text from Moses about no record of Alderman. And then there's a Max bio.
Yeah, because basically.
Oh, the Max. Before I would talk to Yasmin, I was looking around the fine arts, like where the gallery was.
Yeah, I love
and
that.
and her bio says that she's Hannah Hellerton, artist in residence. And again, Hannah Hellerton was the girl that had died up at the Overlook or whatever, like decades before. So there's still some connection that we never got explained to Hannah
Blood. Forgot about
Hellerton.
that, dude.
The house she's in is the Hellerton house as
yeah.
well.
Blood.
yeah.
Dude, I forgot about that.
Oh my God.
Gumshoe Bloodworth. Yeah.
But yeah,
Quick-
coffee with Yasmin.
Right before that, quickly, too, I was also starting to feel the lack of new locations by chapter
Yeah,
3,
yeah.
right? You get chapter...
We've seen everything now. yeah.
Exactly. You get chapter 1 and every environment is new. You're like, this is incredible. And then 2, it's like, okay, like, see these spaces again. Maybe they're touched up a little differently. Obviously, you get like Living in Dead World versions in chapter 2, but now chapter 3, and it's just like these same environments. And I get like True Colors, you know, you're in the town, but like even True Colors, you could go into certain buildings,
Yeah.
in certain
Certain
shops,
times
in
and
certain...
stuff, yeah.
Yeah, and I really felt the lack of new environments in Double Exposure as the chapters went on. It was one of my biggest
Yeah.
letdowns, for
think
sure.
Also, with coming off of True Colors, there's
Mm-hmm.
the big ending in the attic, and which is like such a masterful and like beautiful.
Yeah.
And getting, you know, and
Yeah.
and so, yeah, because we want to keep learning about this world.
Mm-hmm.
Even I would say in the original Life is Strange, as grim as it is, we're getting into that dark room,
Yeah.
and that's a big deal.
Yeah,
Right.
for sure. And then 2, obviously, you know, it's like a different
Yeah.
place each chapter, which is
Yeah.
like so awesome. But yeah, could have gone for just a couple
Mm-hmm.
more new spots, maybe even on campus, like a different
Yeah.
section, you know. But
Somewhere where like there's some kind of a reveal to it that's integral to like
yeah,
the plot, or you know.
yeah. So I just felt that.
Yeah. Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
absolutely.
I think I got some notes to maybe save them for like the next episode or whatever, for
Yeah.
like how things pace out a little bit later.
For
Well,
sure. But then Yasmin.
when I talked to Yasmin, I told her that Safi lost her book deal
I did. I think I told her.
because Safi was upset and Yasmin was trying to get to the bottom of it, and
Yeah.
I told her, yeah, Safi lost her
I
book
buttered
deal.
her up a little bit, but then I did tell her about the book deal. getting
Everyone
canceled.
hates me.
Oh yeah.
Call out Living World, Yasmin's lie, or go with it.
Oh my god.
What do you guys do? Because you asked
I
her
went
about
with
Maya.
it. I went with it.
I went with it because I wanted to see what she was gonna say.
I
Yeah.
called her out. I called her out.
Yes.
Yeah.
So she got mad at you, or
Yasmin distrusts you, and your relationship is now shattered. Everyone hates my
wow.
guts.
I went along with it to see what she was trying to spin up.
Yeah.
Got it. Got
And so she
it.
told
Laying
me-
the trap. Like, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of where I learned about like Vin's statement I think.
Yeah, because she's like, oh, Vin put out a statement or whatever.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah,
because
oh,
basically when
I forgot how I
Maya,
learned about that, but yeah.
yeah, when Maya Okada died, Vin put out a statement pointing to Maya's mental health
Yes.
state.
Yeah.
And
I still got that information, but I forget where I got it.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that felt like it was trying to deflect
Got it.
from
Yeah.
the actual problems.
She had asked me to keep an eye on Sophie. She said, I trust you,
Yeah.
which she apparently did not tell you.
She also asked me to keep an eye on her.
Yeah.
I invite you
no.
to a lunch sometime. But yeah, the statement did say that Maya had the mental health issues.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, then we get the weird Amanda ambush.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amanda being super weird.
Yeah, right there in the gallery.
Looks like
doesn't-
she's kind of snooping, but also is just like acting
She's,
weird.
she's out of place. She's calling you sport and
Yes.
tiger.
Yeah.
Yes, which then later when we see her in the bar and we call her sport, it's just over her
She's
head.
like, what?
Yeah, she's like,
Yeah,
what are you
yeah.
talking
She's
about?
like, what? I would never say that. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's we get some.
Yeah. So at this point, I'm still thinking, okay, alt version
Right.
or shapeshifter. I've seen
You were
X Files.
thinking? Yeah.
Oh yeah, even very early on when Max had the gun, my mind was like, okay, it's either like an alt version. I thought maybe the alt version was evil. I thought we were gonna get a really evil Max version of Max. It's like so traumatized that she breaks.
Well,
bad.
yeah, that's the thing. Like,
And
even
then
with-
I was like,
with-
okay, maybe shapeshifter because fucking X-Men overtones in Life is Strange.
Well, especially at this point with Reggie seeing himself and the alderman thing. Yeah, I was thinking that like somehow other people were crossing over or something like that.
Yeah.
But Amanda was just weird. Like
Super
I didn't
weird.
have any like
Super
full on like conclusion as to what
Yeah.
was up. But just the way she was talking, like something was off.
It was like,
I knew it.
I was like,
Yeah.
that was weird. I don't really know what the hell. yeah.
Yeah. Snooping around the library, I think, found a letter that Diamond had written confessing her love for
I
Moses.
know, I was not expecting that.
Same.
And that definitely was coloring my perception of those conversations for the rest of the game.
Yeah, because she's got this unrequited love for him,
Yeah.
clearly. But Moses has feelings for Tony, or is with someone named Tony.
Yeah, he has a long
So-
distance relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for me, for the rest of the game, any Diamond and Moses, I was
Yeah.
like, oh, but she's
you looked
she's
at
down bad for him.
Those crosstalk posts where like she kind of like almost gives it up and
Yeah.
Tony's
Gosh.
calling her out on it.
Yeah.
I just want to say that Reggie is like permanently online. Guy needs to chill. Like every thread, Reggie is in there. Dude,
Yeah.
Reggie.
Yeah. I told Diamond that Vin is covering something up for Yasmin because that was the impression I got.
Yeah, because she's wanting to get dirt on Vin.
And then I eavesdropped on a conversation between Diamond and Vin.
Yeah.
Where-
Yeah. So you go to the other side to eavesdrop on them. Also, I got a text from Abraxas because I solved the puzzle box.
Nice.
You're in blood. You got in.
Dude.
Yeah, so Max is a member there now.
Nice. Oh wow. You
hilarious.
I never made it.
I never got it,
never-
blood.
You didn't get the puzzle box? Oh, wow.
I
Okay.
did
I did
feel-
part one, but then
So this does
missed
cut-
part two.
Yeah, part 2 is where you get the pin. So
Yeah.
So I'm glad you got that far because Abraxas also felt like another like little bit of a loose thread
Yeah.
for me in a way where I guess I was kind of like hoping there to like, and maybe that's a red herring too, where we think, oh, there's this weird organization. Are they involved in this?
Yeah.
And they're not. But I didn't get much from it beyond just hearing about the what usually sounded like the annoying and frustrating part of being part of this secret club. Yeah. That was not secret.
yeah. But yeah, so Diamond is gunning for Vin's position, and so she's trying to push him to back out. Sounds like it's weird for an adult to be in charge of Abraxas anyways. Like it should be one of the students.
Yeah, because it's weird because it's like they're like the post students and the current
Yeah.
students. So you're trying to be like, okay, well, like Vin, Amanda, and Safi are all former students. Moses,
Yeah.
former student.
I don't
Maybe?
think Amanda was a student.
Oh, she
I
wasn't?
could be
Oh, I
wrong.
thought- oh, okay.
Like, yeah, she works at the Snapping Turtle, but I don't know if she was ever actually a student.
Oh, okay. And then Diamond.
Diamond.
Is
Yeah, Diamond is
TA,
undergrad,
though,
Is
but-
undergrad,
and she's TA for Moses.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we learned that Yasmin asked Vin to make the statement about Maya's mental health
Yes.
to cover up the real situation.
Yeah.
And that's
thought-
how he got his job.
And I thought
Mm-hmm.
that was gonna lead to like something just completely separate from it all. I thought
Yeah.
like, oh, Yasmin, like I was like, there's something here, but I feel like it's a misdirect from the overarching
Yes.
mystery and narrative, but we'll wait and see. You know, I was like, all right, let's see how this follows through.
Yeah. They make a point to tell us in that conversation that Vin met Maya in Lucas's class. They're both students of Lucas.
Yeah. So
Lucas,
you start to get
Comanero.
to see more that like all three of them knew each other, which we got a little bit of before, I
Yeah.
think, because we found the photo.
Yeah.
And then
Finding those photos.
And then we get a
those were weird.
chance to like speak to the Living World Vin. And I told Living World Vin that I knew that he and Safi were a thing.
Same,
Yeah.
because you find that photo.
Yeah, I think I did tell him that. Yeah, when
That was a plot
when
twist.
you got a chance to reveal another secret. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't. The other secret was revealing. What was the other secret revealing? You had the option to reveal maybe like Safi's, a secret of Safi's or something. I don't know.
I think so.
It didn't feel right revealing whatever the other secret was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we did learn that Vin was the person that put the cow skull through Safi's windshield.
Yeah.
Yes.
He wanted to get Safi mad.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was an option on
Oh,
there.
it was the you could tell Vin about the restraining order.
Oh.
That's it. Yep.
yeah.
Yes.
That's right.
Which
Yes.
we'll get to that.
Which would be
'cause
insane. Like, dude, do not tell him
Yeah.
that.
Dude.
No, I wasn't about to do that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
had so many regrets with this restraining order, but
The well, it was interesting there. I didn't fall.
Restraining order.
I didn't fall for this one, but there was an option there to like call in a favor, and I'm like, wait, I don't think the favor was this Vin. I think the favor was the other Vin. So,
oh,
I
so I
probably
resisted
tried.
that one.
Yeah, I fell for all those. I'm like, I can't keep this straight.
Vin does say something to us that's important here. He says, "Be respectful to Maya. She suffered enough while she was alive."
Yeah.
Yeah, and he, at least on mine, he had gave up on Abraxas after Diamond had pushed him, and I think that was Dead World Vin, but I'm not. I'm not sure. I'm starting to
Yeah.
mix
Gosh,
them up.
yeah, I was
Dead
I
World
was
Vin was
confusing
suppressed.
myself. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then Living World Vin said to ask Lucas about it.
Yeah.
So then we come back around to Lucas, and that we find out that he did get the restraining order.
Lucas,
Yeah.
a temporary 2-week one for me. And we also learned that he's got a movie deal in the works for
Yes.
Wilder Beasts Than These, his bestseller. Which, God, this scene, I was really regretting my choice to not expose Lucas in chapter 1 after this scene played out, because he's being really cagey about Maya Okada
Yeah.
in the Dead World.
I tried
Well,
to
sorry.
butter him up and like asking about how things were going with Robbie and everything.
Yeah.
But as soon as I ask about Maya, like he shut down.
Yeah. Meanwhile,
I'm pretty sure I didn't even get to ask him any of these because he hated my guts so much.
Oh,
I
yeah?
went to his office and I remember the conversation being like 10 seconds and he shuts the door on me.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, in the Dead World, he's at the Burlington Book Expo,
Yeah.
So you get to sneak in there.
and we learn that he's the big moment that made me so filled with regret, that he stole Wilder Beasts Than These from Maya.
Yeah. You had to sneak around because there's a key on the underside of the photograph. And then you had to figure out where to put the key, which was
Yeah.
like the typewriter trophy
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
And then you find the manuscript.
Yes.
But there was also one of the Polaroids was in there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
With his office just fully trashed.
Yeah.
So like third timeline, there's so much stuff
the
going on
hell
over
is
there. I
going-
really
yeah.
would like to piece together that whole thing.
Yeah.
And whether it even all goes together or whether there's like additional multiple It's like,
Yeah.
are there 3 timelines? Are there 4 timelines?
know.
Like, what the heck is happening? with
In
the
that
Polaroids?
moment, finding this out about Maya, I was
Was
so upset. I
devastating,
was so
yeah.
upset with myself for being nice to him in the first chapter.
Oh, yeah.
You didn't know though. You didn't know.
Oh, did you eavesdrop on
that's-
Yasmin? This is a very subtle thing where, like, if you were next to the door, like if you're by Vin's desk, you could hear her through the wall talking to the ex-husband.
Oh.
Yeah.
What was their conversation?
It was like they were talking about the funeral and, like, yeah.
Oh gosh. Cause
And she actually at that point is already, like, convinced it was a suicide. Like, she is, like, referring to it as a suicide and then saying it's like, he's like, you haven't been around, you need to be here for this kind of thing. Like, yeah.
which
heavy.
we do learn more about, like, Safi's relationship with her father later, and kind of weird, but yeah, I ran into Safi after this,
Yep.
who was super PO'd at me for spreading her business around,
Yeah.
Yeah.
telling her mom that about the book deal.
Yeah, that's the thing that got her is telling mom.
Yeah.
How did you respond? Did you say that, like, you can't tell her why you're doing this, or did you?
I said I was doing it to help her.
Yeah, I did too.
I said I couldn't tell her just yet that I needed like more info.
How did she respond to that?
I think she was like disappointed at first. We were like pretty good, but I think because it was either keep the secret that you told her mom about the book deal, or she calls you out on that.
Oh yeah. Well, when you.
Because she calls you out first on the book deal, right? It's like, yo, why'd you tell my mom?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
And then why are you going around?
And then
doing
I
all
was
this
like,
stuff?
I need more info. I was like, oh, I don't want to. And then
So she was a little bit more cool with that.
a little cool,
'Cause-
but like still kind of angry and
Okay.
Yeah.
I hit her with the Gandalf. I'm
Yeah.
not trying to hurt you. I'm
Yeah.
trying to help you.
Yeah, and she did not buy that. She
No.
was, for me,
No.
like, she was fully shut down. Leave me
Okay.
alone. Don't talk
Okay.
to me.
She was
Yeah.
mad.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, my Sophie was like mostly chill, but it was tense.
so then we wind up at the snapping turtle after this, and we're kind of at a low point here.
Yeah,
and for me, who saved Chloe over Arcadia Bay,
Yeah.
I'm considering calling Chloe. And then, I'm
Sick.
thinking, like, should I call Chloe? And then
Dude.
and then I go, Chloe's probably out partying.
Oh,
She's not gonna answer.
damn.
Yeah, there was some reference to Joyce on my side. I forget exactly the details, but I think it was in one of the texts or something like that.
Making some pies.
Right. I'm trying to see. Were some people playing like tabletop games in there?
Yeah, and to be honest, like,
Oh, Gwen. Talking
Yeah.
to Gwen in there. Did you
I talked
see her?
to her, but what did you get out of Gwen?
So,
Gwen hated my guts. Nothing.
really?
Yeah.
And you didn't have the USB drive.
No.
So I was actually able to give her the USB drive, and it's
Oh.
like, hey, you should look at this. This footage is weird, and you should fight this. You should like fight back and try to get your
I
position.
did
Okay.
that actually.
Because
Yeah.
Yes.
that's so interesting, because I really felt like my conversation with Gwen was very inconsequential in there. Like, I noted nothing about it because I was like, this didn't feel like it needed to be here.
Yeah. Yeah. No, this does actually like continue to carry on after this. So it's pretty cool.
Talked to Diamond and Reggie.
Yeah.
She's quite lovelorn for Moses.
She's asking about like, what if you have a thing for the wrong person?
Yeah.
I'm glad you're like, because I was like, I wrote that note, but I couldn't remember what it was about. But now you got me. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we have the moment with Amanda. She's consoling us, and then she creates this whole ASMR make believe scene with us.
That was fun. That was fun.
Oh yeah.
Some RP.
We pretend like we're going to a revenge horse show at the Rat Hole.
This is like one of my favorite things.
I loved it. I loved
Yeah,
it. That was
yeah.
so fun.
It was super fun.
And it
Reminds me of LARPing in True Colors.
Yeah, it's had like that kind of 2015 hella, cheesy,
Yeah.
like Max going, let's thrash, and Amanda being like,
Yes.
let's use different words.
Let's thrash shaka bro.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So what's interesting is we probably just could do these things in different orders, but like I really love the lighting and everything in that, and just
That's
like
great.
the whole
Yeah.
thing.
Amanda.
Oh yeah, this is when talking to her, the sport thing came up. It's like, so I called her sport.
Yes.
and-
Yeah.
and
She's confused.
she's confused and like, well, you said it first, and like, I doubt it.
yeah.
But then before or after that, did you drink with Vin at all? Did you do
Yeah.
this scene?
Yeah.
Oh, just one more thing. Amanda makes some like offhanded comment. The actual love of my life is here, and it's Gwen, in mine.
Oh, really?
She just makes some kind of like offhanded comment.
Weird.
And
Wow.
maybe because I'm not like leaning into the
Dude.
romance with Amanda.
Oh, we kissed.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Yeah.
Straight up, we
Yeah,
kissed.
no,
Oh.
we're very friend zoned.
Yeah, we kissed.
But it was a very sweet moment.
Yep.
And I was like, oh damn, does Amanda have like a thing for Gwen's married, obviously.
Yeah.
But, sorry, Blood. You talking about the Vin conversation?
The Vin conversation, the like full on creep show with Vin.
Vin.
Because like you're trying to comfort him, or at least I was trying to comfort him, and like I said, I get it.
I was like,
you know?
Vin, dude, I know.
And then
I know what you're trying to do, Vin. I know you want to hook up with Max right here. I
Yeah.
see through you.
So then he was going around like asking smash or pass
Yep.
with like everyone.
Yeah. I'm like,
no
I
matter
wonder-
how
yeah.
inappropriate.
Yeah. Very inappropriate. I was like, no, I passed on everyone here.
Yeah, so there's also like the vibes of like you could tell like Max herself hates this.
Yeah.
It's like she's like
Yeah.
just baring her teeth
Yeah.
the whole time.
And then
gritting her teeth.
And then you can read them like a book. Like, who's the last one? Smash or pass? Like Vin. It's
Right.
like, pass, bro.
I did
Sorry.
not have this interaction
Yeah.
with Vin, thankfully.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it just started
Hard
out
pass.
as like we're both like having a hard day and need drinks, and then he
Yeah.
just starts going into this.
But then,
and she had to like tell him, it's like, no, not the students.
Yeah.
Students are off limits.
yeah.
God. And, you know what I appreciate, because I do like when someone still thinks like, no, they're like, there's a scummy character who should just exist to be scummy.
Yeah.
Like, there are real people that exist like that.
Yeah, so real.
So let's not sanitize it. Let's just like,
Totally.
you know.
Not everybody can be as cool as Max and Moses. You know?
yeah.
There's some not cool people out there.
That's how you create conflict.
Mm-hmm. And I think it's believable too, because he's not like some murdering psychopath. He's just like
It's kind of
a just a skeezy
Yeah.
guy. Like
yeah. I don't think I did much else at the Snapping Turtle before I went back to my loft.
There was a reflection thing there by the fireplace.
Yeah, I
Oh, I
missed
wonder
every
if-
reflection,
I wonder
dude.
if I
I
did
missed
that.
every
I'm
sure you
freaking
did.
reflection.
Yeah. I would not be
Let me
surprised.
see.
Pissed me off.
I think I did it.
I want Max's internal monologue. I want the music. What the hell?
But while you're looking for that,
Oh yeah, I was among the 19% who did not talk to Dead World Vin.
got it.
I don't see this in here. I think I did sit by the fireplace. I'm pretty sure I did.
Yeah, I did not.
Then we get home. And
We do get home.
There has been a break-in.
Yeah, alarming.
The place is trashed.
Yeah. Place is trashed. And then how did you go about this? Because I saw the choices at the end. It was like, oh, okay. Like there were kind of like two or three different ways to actually
Clues.
confront them.
I didn't use any powers or anything.
Yeah.
No, I tried to calm down my cat, who was terrified on top of the fridge.
Yeah, I did that.
Yeah.
I did that too.
Yeah. Which is apparently like DLC. I learned it. when
Yeah, I saw that in the
finished game.
comments. It was
It's
like, oh, like not everybody got the cat.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. I was
Dude,
like, oh,
why are we
yeah.
nickel and diming for cats here? Like, what?
nickel timing?
Like, what the hell?
Cat, it's a literal cat tax.
Yeah. it's
So yeah, I'm guessing
it's
what you could
unacceptable.
have done, because I was like you, I didn't use any powers.
Yeah.
You could have crossed over and then gone into the basement to see with the pulse.
Got it.
Oh.
Like that's something that would be interesting to like
Yeah,
go back and look
sure,
at. Yeah,
sure, yeah,
what you
yeah,
find
yeah.
out that way.
Yeah. Yeah, I just used clues.
Yeah, I just went down there and
Down there,
Yeah, I went
was it?
confronted her
Down
and,
to the dark room.
and
Because
it
Yeah.
was like, oh, hello.
you come face to face with yourself.
Yeah.
Max.
Yeah.
The other Max
Yeah.
has appeared.
And my mind was racing. I was like, here we go. This is some like super villain Max. It's really what I thought at this moment. That was the only thing I thought of. That this Max has been pushed to some insane levels here and has just gone off the deep end.
Yeah. And then she's like super condescending. She's like, go F yourself. It's like just totally different personality.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just the way she was talking was like smug and like had an air of like menace.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we chase her. We chase her
Yeah.
through the snow.
She gets that scrape on her face. And then get out on the ice.
Love it. The good son, Macaulay Culkin.
We fall from a cliff, and then I pull her with me.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Dramatic scene.
and then so then she tries to make a break for it across the cracked ice, but then falls through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
we go Super
I pull
Saiyan.
her out. Of course, I pull her out. It's
Yeah.
me,
Yeah.
you know.
Pull her out, and then the ice starts cracking more. And she does the transfer.
Which I didn't understand in the moment that it was the transfer. I just thought we were somehow magically healing the lake.
Same.
And so when they
Oh, so because it
Yeah.
was the same like button mechanic, I
Yeah.
connected the dots. It's the same thing with the telescope.
Yeah.
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 yeah, and
I
then
thought the same thing.
yeah, I was just like, oh, I guess we got a new thing now.
Yeah. Like, oh, we can heal things.
Yeah. And then the big twist of who other Max is.
Yeah.
She turns into Safi,
Shapeshifter.
and that is where our cliffhanger.
Very X-Files. It's like, oh, shit. It's like I saw that coming, but I also didn't think it was going to be Safi.
Sure. Yeah.
You know, I think it being Safi was really the shock of that. Shaka bra.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was another good ending. I think, like I said earlier,
They do. They do a great job with the cliffhangers.
Oh yeah.
My
Yes.
goodness.
I think the lack of environments in that episode brought it down a little bit for me. So I was like, okay, like we're still going. We're setting up, the penultimate and the finale here, and this is still a really good mystery with a really good ending spot. So I'm still
Yeah.
on the train. I'm still riding high. But I feel like for me at this point too, I was like, oh, I liked episode 1 the most, and then 2, and then 3. So,
Yeah. The new. Yeah, like you're saying, there was the only like really new places were being able to like fully explore the other teachers' offices, like Lucas and the other guy.
Yeah.
But that was about it.
Yeah.
I think like one of the things that I noticed that felt different about This Life is Strange, and maybe this is an experience unique to me. Maybe I'm just remembering the other games wrong, but it felt like there was like more smaller little things to like mess with and do
Yeah.
Yeah.
in the other games, and it didn't feel like there was like those little,
Yeah.
I think the Amanda and Vin moments were kind of part of that in this one, in the bar. But
I don't want to talk to Vin.
yeah, but the further we get, like the more that becomes
Yeah.
kind of a
Yeah.
thing when we get to chapter 4.
Yeah.
But let's go through some decisions.
Hell yeah.
Chapter 3 decisions. Try to save Alderman.
Had to save Alderman.
85% hanging on to him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
it's
can't.
the right thing to do.
Dude, I can't imagine letting anyone die in front of me. Just like, even if they were
Yeah.
one of my mortal enemies, someone's falling. It's like,
Calling out Yasmin's lie.
Oh yeah, but wait. I love the definitions of these two.
Yeah,
Moses is relieved you are safe
nice.
by hanging on to him. So I wonder if if Moses is like, wow, Max, like cold, you kind of just let him go.
Oh, yeah, I'd be curious.
Yeah, because it does say that like that has a consequence, but other
Yeah.
than him having like Bride of Frankenstein streak,
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Oh,
Which was
yeah.
awesome.
It's a little white streak in his hair. I forgot about
I
that.
wasn't sure like what was the consequence there.
Yeah.
Calling out Yasmin at coffee, 23%
That's
only
me.
called out.
Yep.
77% went with it.
Yep. Yasmin distrusts you and your relationship
when
is
I-
now shattered.
When I played, it was even less. It was 22%. So Cuber bumped up those
Yeah,
numbers.
I'm calling you out.
Kissing Amanda during
yeah.
during the scene, 72%
That's
kissed,
right. That's right.
9% pulled away,
Wow.
and then 19% of us had no opportunity because we had
Okay.
already established we're friend zone.
Yeah, in mine
Yeah.
it was 20 and 20 didn't get the opportunity.
I really liked
I
this.
was part of that.
I really liked. I thought this was such a good relationship because it's like Amanda is thrilled with the kiss, but she wants to take it slow. And then you had the other Amanda who, after Safi died, was like, "Yo, we gotta like chill here. We're a traumatic event." So I thought that was just like a cool
The nuance
angle,
of
and
it,
it was
yeah.
really nuanced, really subtle. It wasn't just like, romancing to romance. Like it had really good commentary and felt really natural. And
Yeah.
I just think the Max and Amanda, the entire connection, whether you friend it, or whatever, I just thought was so strong.
Yeah, love isn't always clear cut, and sometimes
Yeah.
somebody's feelings can be influenced by what's happening in their life or their world, world around them. and
Yeah, really liked it.
Kiss Dead World Vin.
Dude.
I can't believe 29% of
That
people in my.
is wild because we've been
I
here the
had
whole
30%
time.
kiss.
That is crazy.
51% of us passed.
Yeah.
29% did not talk to Vin.
Oh, in mine it was 19 didn't talk to him.
We've
I
been
did
here
not talk to him.
dragging this kid. But
Yeah.
that is a big chunk of people that kissed Vin. Shocking. Wild.
Yeah.
Mine said Vin is a little let down because I passed. It was
Good.
a little
Good,
let
Vin.
down.
Good.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, even Huber, even when you're like friends with Amanda, like she's still like is open about the fact that like she had a crush or whatever. Like you get
Yeah.
like little hints of that here and there,
Yeah.
even though it's like she's cool.
Yeah.
But it's like, but yeah, I think there's like she
Really
says
strong
something about it's
character.
like, oh yeah, like I'm attracted to the right like wrong kind of person or whatever.
Yeah.
People with emotional trauma or something.
Yeah.
Like that.
Great character. I really like Amanda a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moses' anime phrase, 92% got it right.
Yeah, I got it right.
I think the main thing is when I crossed over, it's like I almost didn't catch it. So I think that might have been the thing. Is
You
like
gotta do it
it's-
quick enough
It's
to-
less that you would have forgotten it, and more that you just didn't hear it correctly. Yeah, especially if you didn't have subtitles on.
Yeah.
Promising Moses
Yes.
whether or not to tell Safi to stay safe.
course.
86% promised. 14% of us couldn't make a promise.
I got it. I promised
I
Moses
promised.
everything.
Yeah, whenever you need Moses.
Yeah, whatever you need, dude. Everything for Moses.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wrong timeline, Loretta. 46% mixed up Loretta's.
Same.
God.
That was me.
I did not mix up Loretta's on this one.
Did you change the grade?
And I did change Phone Guy's grade.
I did not.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did not. 65% left it alone. 35% changed the
Because I gave him a
grade.
better grade. It was a pump up. It was like a
Right.
B minus and I made it a B plus or something.
Got it.
Yeah. So I was like, dude, help him out. Let's go, Phone Guy.
The phone installation, second go around, I did not mess with this thing. 73% did not interact. 26% talked to both. 1% talked to only one side to the future.
I didn't
Yeah.
interact with it.
Yeah. It was one of those things where like
I talked to the future and heard from the past.
you did both. Nice.
Yeah.
I should have. Now in hindsight.
It was cool.
But I just figured it was like, oh, that's something we've already
Yeah, yeah.
done, so I didn't mess with it.
Yeah.
Giving Vin's the secret. 52% knew about the relationship with Safi. That's what I went with. 41% revealed the restraining order.
Dude.
7% revealed that Gwen was framed. That was the
40
other option.
Dude, 42% dropping that restraining order.
Yeah.
Wow.
Psycho.
Yeah. All right. All right. I wonder what the logic there is. Like, why would you? I mean, I earlier too. I mean, Vin was my little puppet, dude. I was just playing this guy the whole time. I just wanted to be on his good graces because, again, he being in Abraxas, being in a position of power, having influence, I was always like, gotta keep him in my back pocket. So I wonder if by people giving him the restraining order, they were thinking the same thing. Because if you call him out on him and Safi, it's like kind of aggressive. Not aggressive, but like, yo, I know I've got dirt on you, kind of. Versus, yeah, if you tell him about the restraining order, he might help you out. I wonder if people were thinking that when they chose that. I don't know.
Yeah. You're playing 4D chess.
Yeah.
With Vin over here.
Info that you gave to Diamond. 50% or 58% told Diamond that Vin said Maya had mental health problems. 42%, which is what I went with, told Diamond that Yasmin had asked Vin to make the statement.
I told Diamond that Vin said Maya had mental health problems. I told Diamond. Because Diamond was a real one.
Yeah.
I'm all about Diamond.
Well, that whole thing with her trying to like get ahead of Vin, she went about it some weird ways. Like she's trying to shame him. She's trying to get dirt on him. It's a little weird.
Yeah.
Don't hate the player, hate the game. Abraxas is sketch as hell. That's the game she had to play.
Max's drink when you went up to the bar, 62% ordered something strong.
I didn't.
36% ordered something sweet. 2% did not order a drink. I got something strong.
I got something sweet.
Got some sweet.
Yeah.
Nice.
Just some sugar water.
I think Chloe would order a stiff drink. I think Max would get like a whiskey
cocoa.
sour or
Hot cocoa.
Aperol spritzer or something. Right? Yeah.
I think it was more of like what's been going on that day.
Yeah.
That's what it was, more that than, Max having a night out. 58% reflected by the fire.
Oh, I actually got this
42%
one.
Did not.
The reflection point I got. I got this one.
I
Yeah.
did.
Vin's smash or pass game.
Ugh.
30% smashed one colleague. 25% smashed some colleagues. 2% said smash to everybody.
Horned up.
23% of us passed on everybody.
I pass.
There's somebody playing on a stream and they're smashing everybody.
Oh, yeah.
You're so right.
20% did not play because they did
was
not
me.
talk to Vin.
I want to see Vin's reaction after you say you'll smash everyone.
The Revenge Horse concert with Amanda.
Damn it.
16% Grease Trap survived, the singer.
So jealous. Well done.
83% Grease Trap perished. That's me
That's
too.
That
me.
was me.
Yep.
R.I.P.
1% did not attend.
Crazy.
Missed that moment. Crazy.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
You don't want to miss that one.
Don't miss that. And then the intruder we discussed. 3% Max found the intruder only using powers. 76%, which is us,
Yeah.
found only using clues. 21% used powers and clues. So
There it is.
there we have it.
Solid episode. Had some good diversions with characters. Really, this is where you start planting the seeds with Maya Okada,
Yeah.
which I really appreciated. Some of the relationships too that you've been forming in episodes 1 and 2, the choices you've been making feel like they start to have an impact.
Yeah, these differences with Gwen. is
Yeah,
pretty interesting,
Gwen and Lucas as well. Just those I feel like started to really pay off here, and that was nice. And then of course you get the awesome cliffhanger ending again. So yeah, solid episode. Didn't like it as much as the first two, but still super solid.
Yeah. And then we're opening a lot of threads that we'll see where they go.
Yep. So thank you for joining us. We got 2 more chapters to go. Check us out over at patreon.com/easyallies if you want to support everything that we do, because we are funded by our fans. So if you've been following this and want to pitch in, get over there and consider dropping in $5 a month or whatever. You get all kinds of fun perks. And we will see you soon for Chapter 4.
We approach the merch table. It's covered in stickers and pins, and they're all of this horse that looks like it was, quite frankly, drawn by a toddler, and yet it's powerful. No matter where you stand, it stares into your soul. Sick as hell.
I buy a sticker.
You now have 1 sticker.
Hey, do I hear the band doing a sound check downstairs?
Ahead of schedule? Let's check it out. Careful, the stairs are steep.